You know, we started the Veterans Housing Project because we saw the need of returning veterans coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq. In Oregon, we average 150 to 300 veterans per month. And as we started figuring out how we can help the reintegration of veterans, we said one of the best ways we can do that is through affordable, safe, and secure housing. You know, the partners in the community have been vast. The program was started by four of us, myself, a city manager in Eugene, also the president of the local Home Builders Association, the general manager of our local electric and water utility, and then also the executive director of St. Vincent de Paul, which is a nonprofit in Eugene who, among other things, works with veterans and also works with affordable housing for low-income people. Yeah, the city really took the primary lead in coordinating the effort, getting the various parties to the table and then expanding it to others within the community. And I think from a city perspective, what we found and have found is most veterans reintegrate into communities just fine, but there are some, when they come back from deployment, for whatever reason, might have a difficulty finding employment, may have a difficult time finding housing, and then they start down this curve that financially it's difficult for them to reintegrate. And what we discovered is if we can provide 2 years of safe, secure, of very affordable housing for veterans and their family, it gives them an opportunity to get their feet on the ground. And what they can do is they can pursue their education, they can find employment, they can set up social services systems and networks if they need that. And then they move on and reintegrate into the community just fine. In the worst cases, when veterans can't or don't reintegrate into the community safely and in a secure way, in those worst cases, they end up on the street homeless or with substance abuse and some of those kinds of things. And as a city manager, we find that we need to try to turn off that spigot so we don't find veterans in those kinds of situations. So it's very practical for us to try to figure out how to help them integrate back into the communities. The city has done work in the past with a variety of things that have helped us in our Veterans Housing Project. So for example, us like most communities do work on affordable housing. And whether it's through HUD programs and CDBG grants or any of those kinds of resources, we do spend time on affordable housing. And so we do have some networks, we do have some connections within the community and really broadly in the state and in the federal government that allows us to leverage some of those resources. We've also done quite a bit of work with various nonprofits on homeless issues. In Eugene, we are extremely involved and have been since 1947 in homeless issues and doing a variety of things. And so this really became an extension of that. In the community, there are, like most communities, organizations and individuals that want to help veterans. Veterans is a great demographic right now. No matter where you are on the political spectrum, people support veterans. And so we have a lot of people in the community that are involved with veterans, but one of the keys is how do we align and focus those resources in really efficient ways, and I think that's a role that I as a city manager have been able to be a part of or perform, and I can convene, I can help align resources, I can bring people together in order to work on these kinds of issues. Yeah, another aspect of our program that I think is important is because resources are limited at all levels of government and to include in local government, one of the keys is how do you provide and create a program that's sustainable, that doesn't rely long-term on public dollars. And so for us, that's a key piece that we're trying to figure that out and creating a model that we hope not only allows us to do that, but that can be replicated or franchised into other communities that also allow them to create similar kinds of programs that are tailored to their communities. You know, the community has embraced this program really beyond our wildest expectations. We have had thousands of volunteer hours, hundreds of volunteers, professional and lay people, who have worked on the projects that readily come out, in our case, to rehab homes for veterans and their families. We have businesses that are willing to donate their expertise as well as materials. We'll have a house and somebody will give us a call and just say, hey, if you need a new roof, I'll come and put that on for you. And so people in the community have said, let's do this. And that's why I think the veterans are such a great group that people in the community want to support the service that they have rendered to all of us. They want to provide back to them. And it's a very tangible, hands-on way for community members to say, thanks, and for us, welcome home.